All right, let's jump right in. Today, we're looking at this really fascinating piece from the Senior Food blog. And it makes a pretty bold claim, right? It says that when it comes to getting strong legs and bones, some of the vegetables we trust the most, well, they might not be the heroes we think they are. In fact, some could be doing more harm than good. But let me start by asking you something. Just a quick, honest question for yourself. Do you ever find you need to push off the arms of a chair to stand up? Give yourself a little boost. It seems like a small thing, but according to our source, that simple little action, it means a whole lot more than you might think. And here's why that question is so important. The source puts forward this really powerful idea that your longevity, how long and well you live, is directly tied to how strong your legs are. It's not just about getting older. Having weak legs is a critical sign about your overall health. So what are the other warning signs? What are our bodies trying to tell us? The source actually lays out a few really clear indicators that we probably shouldn't be ignoring. And here they are. Besides needing that chair for support, things like feeling shaky after just standing for a few minutes, or noticing your thighs aren't as strong as they used to be, even just finding stairs to be a real challenge. The source is super clear on this. This isn't just a part of aging we have to accept. No, it's a signal that we need to make a change. Okay, so if our legs and bones need to be stronger, the answer is obvious, right? Just load up on spinach and take some calcium pills. Well, this is where things get really interesting because our source says, not so fast. It's time to bust some myths. You know what's so great here is the contrast. On the left, that's the advice we've all heard a million times. But the source we're looking at claims that's a really incomplete picture. It says, hey, there are way better vegetables out there than spinach, and this is the big one. Focusing only on calcium is a huge mistake. And this quote just gets right to the heart of it. For so long, it's all been about calcium, calcium, calcium. But that's like trying to build a house with just one kind of brick. The source reveals that our bones are actually this complex structure built from not one, but 12 different minerals. If you're only focused on calcium, you're literally ignoring the other 11 players on the team. So if we need this whole team of minerals, where are we supposed to find them? Well, the source introduces our first vegetable hero, and it's for a part of our legs we often forget about, our joints. Let's talk about okra. Just look at that number, 10. Not 1, not 2, 10. According to the source, okra has 10 of the 12 minerals our bones are made of. So right away, you can see this isn't just another source of calcium. It's a mineral powerhouse that supports the entire bone structure. But it's not just about the minerals, which is what's so cool. The source points out something totally unique to okra, that gooey stuff, the mucilage. It's described as a natural cushion booster for our joints. It has these compounds that actually protect cartilage and cool down inflammation. So get this, okra isn't just building the bone, it's lubricating and protecting the whole system. And this benefit goes even deeper. It connects to this really cutting-edge idea the source brings up, the gut-joint axis. The concept is pretty simple, but wow, is it powerful. The fiber in okra makes your gut healthier, and a healthy gut reduces inflammation all over your body, including in your joints. It's just a perfect example of how everything is connected. Okay, so okra is the champion for our joints. But what about building the actual bone itself? For that, the source points us to our second vegetable hero, and this one is probably a bit more familiar to you. Broccoli. Now, before we even talk about what's in the broccoli, we have to understand this word, bioavailability. Because it's not just about how much of a nutrient is in a food, it's about how much of it your body can actually grab onto and use. And according to the source, this is where broccoli is an absolute superstar. And here it is, the star of the show in broccoli, vitamin K. Get this, just 1 cup gives you more than 100% of what you need for the entire day. So why is this so unbelievably important for your bones? The source explains this perfectly. Think of vitamin K as your body's calcium traffic cop. You can eat all the calcium in the world, but without enough vitamin K, that calcium is just driving around lost, not getting to where it needs to go. Vitamin K basically activates these little protein helpers that grab the calcium and lock it into your bones, making them denser and stronger. It's the director of the whole operation. So we've met our heroes, right? Okra and broccoli. But now for what I think is the most surprising part of this entire explainer. The source claims that some very common vegetables aren't just unhelpful, they can actually be bone breakers. And the first surprising villain is this. Yeah, pickled cucumbers. They seem so harmless, right? A healthy, crunchy snack, but the source says they are absolutely terrible for your bone health. And this just lays it all out so clearly. The problem isn't the cucumber, it's the pickling process. It floods them with sodium. And here's the kicker. When your body works overtime to flush out all that extra salt, calcium gets flushed out right along with it. So that high salt pickle is actively pulling precious calcium out of your body, calcium that should be going to your bones. Okay, ready for vegetable villain number 2? This is another staple that might really surprise you, corn. So many of us eat it all the time, but the source warns it could actually be making our bones weaker. So what's the deal with corn? The main culprit here is a compound called phytic acid. The source calls it an anti-nutrient, which is a great way to put it because it does the exact opposite of what you want. It's like a mineral magnet. It latches onto essential minerals like calcium and magnesium in your gut and literally stops your body from absorbing them. So even if you're eating other healthy foods, the corn is getting in the way. Okay, so let's just boil this all down. This is the simple, actionable game plan from the source material. It's a pretty clear path forward, right? We want to focus on the bone builders. Okra for your joints and all those minerals, broccoli for that bioavailable calcium and vitamin K, and at the same time, we need to be really mindful of the bone breakers, like those salty pickled cucumbers and corn with its phytic acid. And that really leaves us with this one last question to chew on. It's such a simple shift in how we think, but it's incredibly powerful. After seeing all this, it's really worth asking yourself, are the vegetables on your plate actually building you up? Or could some of them be slowly breaking you down?